What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. In the last episode, wow, things escalated quickly. Fujisaki got crucified in this brutal murder, and so the investigation begins. Let's get going. Like I said in the last episode, I noticed that bloodbath fever is obviously something we're going to want to investigate. The dumbbell, the blood over on the right side, but not the left side, the poster. Beyond that, I'm not 100% certain, but let's see what the people have to say before we start investigating the murder. Oh, or not. The phrase bloodbath fever is written on the wall in blood. It's not a dying message, that's for sure. You also couldn't do that if you were crucified. Also, it is worth mentioning, you might think that like this isn't crucifixion, but in crucifixion, you actually suffocate as opposed to like bleeding out or something like that. So, in that she was tied in this manner, and you can see the, like, I think rope or something around her neck that would have led to suffocation, but I don't know why there's so much blood. It's almost as if she was like subdued with the dumbbell first. It's not a dying, but it is extremely strange. I feel like I've heard this before somewhere. Bloodbath fever written in blood. Villainous homicidal maniac with a brutally demented modus operandi. He always leaves a message written in the victim's blood. Bloodbath fever. He chooses his victims at random and without warning. Even the police can't find a pattern. The internet is dubbed the suspect of these serial murder cases. Oh, Genocider's Show, dude. Genocider's Show, the homicidal maniac who has the public in a fury. His MO is brutal and demented. There are no words to describe how maniacal and perverse he is. So someone mimicked Genocider's Show's murders. But why? It's a good question. Either that or this is the work of the real Genocider Show. Oh, maybe someone in here is Genocider Show and that would be revealed. Wow. The real thing? You mean one of us is Genocider Show? That is a really good twist if that's the case, Danganronpa. Well done. No way. I'm more in awe at how many loose screws one would need to come up with a phrase like bloodbath fever. Indeed, there's nothing more problematic than a mentally unstable killer. Oh boy. It's Fukawa. Huh? Why do we think that? And there stood Fukawa, having arrived after everyone else. And she's gonna go crazy, of course. Yikes. Thud. Did she just pass out? I did not like the sound she made when she did. Okay, even if she just passed out, it's not like she died on the spot. In fact, the sight of blood causes her to pass out. This would definitely cause her to pass out. She must not be able to watch horror movies. Sleeping outside your room is against the rules, ain't it? This technically is sleeping outside the room. That being said, because she has hemophobia, she couldn't have done the murder then, right? Unless she's like feigning hemophobia, right? She should be safe. The rules only prohibit deliberate use of any other room to sleep. Ah, well, passing out ain't deliberate, so I'd say we're A-okay here. Fukawa, can you hear me? Hey, is anybody in there? I've actually passed out once before in my life. Almost as if in response to her words, because I lost a lot of blood. Because, like, the back of my neck had been, like, I had a huge scab from having my tonsils removed, and it broke open in the middle of the night, so I lost a bunch of blood, and then I went in the shower, because I was, like, gonna wash it off, and I just totally passed out in the shower. It's a really weird experience. She jumped to her feet, oh, and she's gonna pass out right again. She leapt straight up while still lying down, changed her orientation in the air, and landed on her feet. What? What is going on? Surprised I blacked out. That happens, you know, or is it just me? She is not okay. What? She hit her head pretty bad, dude. The fronts and backs. 9 fronts and 9 backs, like truths and lies. What the heck? What is going on? I am so confused right now. You're not okay. Your eyes are strangely vacant. Probably be the best escort her to her room. Would someone give me a hand? Did someone ask for a hand? What do you say, Ishimaru? Ooh, Yamada, shut down. Alright, then you take care of her and the rest of us will get started on the investigation. Does anyone have a problem with Ogami and Owada handling security like last time? Hold on, wait. First off, investigation. This wasn't the work of the pub master. The last one should have made that, perfectly clear. Chihiro Fujisaki was unquestionably murdered by one of us. Isn't that right, Monokuma? Bingo! Mochiron, which means like of course in Japanese. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly normal. I mean, those are the rules for graduation. Oh my goodness. Then it happened again. You're saying it happened again. That one of us killed one of our friends. You're getting scared again? Man, you got some tiny balls in there. It's so interesting. Like, Monokuma seems to be changing personality on an interaction, like, or from like a time-to-time basis. I wouldn't be surprised if there are multiple people behind Monokuma. Is that tiny too? Should we compare? Monokuma, please. Not that I actually have one. Not fooling around. You came to give us something, didn't you? I most certainly did. The corpse or whatever files. Got copies of the Monokuma files too for everyone. Righty then, catch you cats later. Best of luck with the investigation. You have to go through that again? Well. I can't do it. I can't handle going through that again. I'm with Hina. I don't want to do it. I'm out of here. And where would you go? You cannot escape. You cannot escape from this. Well, you get the heck over it already. Blood is just liquid, and a dead body is nothing but an object. Aren't you just Mr. Gung-Ho? Why wouldn't I be? I'm dead if I don't figure out who killed her. You're right, but I need time to... What, do you want to die? Do it and do it quick. You're wasting precious oxygen. Holy cow. Just call that body an object? That kid, Fujisaki, is not an object. I will not let you get away with your disrespect. Don't jump down each other's throats. Togami isn't necessarily incorrect. Kitty Kitty, hey. Our lives are in danger if we don't solve this murder and find out who killed Fujisaki. If Togami's theory is correct, and Genocider Show really is the culprit, we could have more bodies on our hands if we don't do something. Not just more bodies, we could potentially all become victims. Ho-ho-ho, fear not, fear not. For Academic Coliseum, a single villain is allowed to kill a maximum of 2 people. Okay. Huh, that's good to know. Was that in the rules? As of right now, it sure is. One person went around killing a bunch of people, you guys wouldn't get to enjoy life for very long. School rules have been modified. Lol. Why not set the limit to 1? Because as far as mystery stories go, serial killer on the loose in the academy has a nice ring to it. 1 victim does not a serial killer make. Farewell for real this time. I'll be seeing you again soon for the class trial. I don't much understand his logic, but if 2 is the limit, then that means at most 1 more of us could fall victim to the killer. What a shame that would be. We'd best find the culprit before that happens then. Yeah, I'm starting to like Owada a lot more. I thought I wouldn't like him as much. He'd be that guy who didn't really care. But despite his like rule breaking, he's surprisingly moral and cares a lot about other people and their humanity itself, I guess. Anyway, me and Ishimaru are going to escort Fukawa to her room. Get an escort. We should get started on the investigation too. We don't have time to waste dilly-dallying. Kirigiri, Owada, and Ishimaru are probably my favorite characters, in that order. If we cannot ascertain who murdered Chihiro Fujisaki, the rest of us will all be executed in their place. She's right. I hate this. I don't want to do it, but if I want to stay alive, if I want to make it through this with everyone, I have no choice. Investigation begin. First, I should see what the Monokuma file has to say. Victim, Chihiro Fujisaki, time of death, approximately 2 a.m. The corpse was discovered in the women's changing room on the 2nd floor of the school zone. This jazzy music. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Death occurred instantaneously. Ooh, interesting. So the crucifixion and all was post-death. That's all the information he's giving us. Or unless he like hung her up there and then killed her with the dumbbell. But plenty's gonna get me anywhere though. Whether I like it or not, I've got to do this. Loaded Monokuma file too. Interesting. Nagi, you have a second? You need me for something? Of course, how dull would your life be if you were never needed? Alright, what's going on? Help with the investigation. Were we not going to? I'm enlisting your aid. The aid of the man who solved Sayaka Maizono's murder. Solved, I chose you because you're someone I can make good use of. Jeez, you will help with my investigation. Pressured me pretty hard for what I thought was supposed to be a request. Alright, well, at least we're valued. Shut up and get to it. We don't have time to screw around. Not entirely sure what just happened, but it looks like Togami and I are working together or something. Interesting. Alright, well, let's see what Sakura has to say. I can hardly believe Fujisaki was murdered in this very changing room. I was here just yesterday. I do wonder why she was killed in the changing room of all places. Actually, no. It's also possible she was killed somewhere else and brought here after the fact. Indeed, she is rather light. It would not be difficult to move her body after killing her. However, I believe she brought herself here on her own 2 feet. Why is that? She frequently spoke of wanting to strengthen her body. So you think Fujisaki came here to work out? She was killed at approximately 2 a.m. Would she really be working out that late? She was likely trying to avoid running into Asahina or myself. We often work out here during the day. Both Asahina and I invited her to work out with us on numerous occasions, but she always refused. I can only assume she was avoiding us. Understandable, she might feel embarrassed or something. But I hardly believe she was alone. She wanted to start working out, but she said she was unable to do so by herself. She said she wanted someone to assist her to work out in secret in the middle of the night, and she didn't come alone. Huh. That's interesting. Alright, well, let's see what Owada has to say. I wonder who else would work out with her. That kid had one hell of a complex about being weak. You heard, didn't you? Always saying I've got to get stronger. I do remember her saying that, yeah? Trying to build some muscle, get stronger, and then this. But was there really any need for her to get stronger in the first place? You said it yourself. There's nothing wrong with girls being weak. Beats me. I don't know everything that was going through that kid's head. Kinda curious where the source of Fujisaki's complex lies. Yeah, she did have a very weak complex. Let's see what Kirigiri has to say. She's thoroughly investigating Fujisaki's corpse. In fact, she's even touching her body. A strange woman would be able to touch a corpse, and to do so with a straight face. Looks like she's pretty focused on her work. She didn't so much as bat an eye at Togami's comment. And of course, Togami, probably just gonna tell us to get to work. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Of course, I'll investigate this, because this is probably menial. Called it. Is that something we can investigate? No, there's the door, of course. Alright, well, let's take a look at the dumbbell. There's a dumbbell on the floor. There's blood on it. It also looks like a relatively strong, like a relatively strong person would have had to have held it. There's blood on the dumbbell. Someone who file says her cousin's death was blunt force trauma to the head. To make this dumbbell the murder weapon? Makes sense. But yeah, that's a big dumbbell. So, like, someone strong had to have used that. Huh? We're not going to learn anything by staying put. We need to examine this case from many different angles. I get that, but to understand this, start moving. Why would we go somewhere else? We haven't even looked at the body yet. Huh. Alright, we'll investigate here next. Also, aren't we the ones who solved the crime? Like, isn't he wanting to work with us because we solved the crime? Shouldn't we be leading this? Does this room have anything to do with the murder? Use your head. Where's the fun in relying on others for everything? I mean, to be fair, though, this is where the dumbbell might be. Actually, no, the gyms are in each individual room. Well, let's take a look. What's over here? There's all sorts of swimming equipment here, but I'm guessing none of this was used in the murder. What about the lifesaver? Worthless piece of junk. What else can we investigate? The electro ID, the camera, the machine gun. Probably wasn't used. She'd be full of hell. Full of holes. Let's see, the electro ID thing. Maybe it was tampered with? So I recall you need to use your electro ID on this card reader to open the door, don't you? Just something you're not sure about? Then why don't you ask Monokuma directly? As soon as the words left his mouth, Togami clapped his hands twice. How may I be of service? Has Togami tamed Monokuma? Seems Nagi has a question for you. Sup? About these card readers. Yeah. You also said it was impossible for 2 people to enter together, did you not? Far more orifice than they can fill. LOL! That's actually really funny. Courtesy of Mr. Gatling gun up there. It's also, I guess they're supposed to lend your electro ID to someone else, isn't it? Huh. Maybe, so you probably have to take it by force. Only girls can enter the women's changing room, the only guys can enter the men's. I can see right through you, Nagi. That's what you were thinking, isn't it? Since the corpse was discovered in the women's changing room, the culprit had to have gone inside. In other words, one of the girls killed her. We were just reaching for the low-hanging fruit. Is that wrong? Take a good look. Close look at the school rules. If someone killed Fujisaki, they could have used Fujisaki's electro ID. The rules prohibit the act of lending, but not borrowing. Huh. Expect no less from a child of the Togami group. You found the loophole in the rule. So you can essentially take someone's ID, but they can't give you permission to have it. This is you we're talking about. I'm sure you left the loophole on purpose to make things more interesting. Didn't even break a sweat. You're kicking all sorts today. Here's a freebie. Not only can the dead not defend themselves, they don't even count as people. So someone could have carried Fujisaki in, if you catch my drift. Hold on, you said there was a loophole. But doesn't borrowing someone's Electro ID also count as them lending it to you? Nope. You're making me sleepy. Take a cue from Togami over here and put a little punch into your words. As punishment, I'm giving you the cold shoulder. Q&A's over. Think for yourself already. Jeez. My slightly disappointing partner in crime, I'll explain his instead. Come on, we're going to the entrance hall. What? You'll see when we get there. Huh. Okay, so a dead person doesn't count as a person entering, which is, so someone could have carried Fujisaki in, and they could have used her ID. They could have also borrowed someone else's ID. Here we are. What does he want to see here, Togami? Guess I'm on my own. Alright, well, let's see what we can investigate. There isn't much to investigate, to be honest. The door is blockaded by an enormous slab of metal. The door with some strange-looking machines. What about over here? Check this out. Letterbox here. Maybe there's something inside. Electro IDs? Not just one, but 3. Why here of all places? Sounds like you found them. You knew these were here? Just something happened upon them myself. It seems Electro IDs are returned to this letterbox when their owners die. Ooh, so they could have used Maizono's ID or Junko's from when she died, or Leon's for that matter. So you're saying these are just belonging to Enoshima, Kuwata, and Maizono? You have eyes? Use them. Wow. Sayaka Maizono. You were right, this is Maizono's Electro ID. Now do you understand what we meant when we were talking about the loophole in the rule? Interesting. Take a close look at the schools. Huh. So it's very likely, in my opinion, that someone used someone else's ID. One of the dead's IDs. Hmm? Something wrong? That's strange. One of these Electro IDs won't boot up. The other Electro ID says it belongs to Junko and Enoshima. So that means the broken one is Kuwata's? In that case, I'm not surprised. How many baseballs did it slammed into it? Slammed with baseballs. Memory of that moment came rushing back. Oh, I don't know if I want to relive this memory. The horrid execution that took his life. That tasteless production the puppet master made. Of the end of a human being's life. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me either if it broke after all that. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! What's your problem, Monokuma? As a kid, I'm integral to your life here in the academy, so don't go thinking smacking around with a few balls or anything is going to break it. But it actually, I said it won't, so it won't. It can easily withstand having a 10-ton anvil dropped on it, and 100 meters below sea level is cake. Doesn't matter how many baseballs you throw at it, it's not going to break. No way, Jose. However, even the almighty Electro ID has one weakness. That's classified. Can't even going around breaking yours because I blurted it out. Huh? Interesting. Did Kuwata or did someone else and then break Kuwata's? If you ask me, I don't think his Electro ID is broken. Who knows though? And then Monokuma disappeared, leaving us to ponder the meaning of his extremely suggestive commentary. Maybe someone was able to hack it, like Fujisaki, the computer scientist. This Kuwata's Electro ID isn't broken, but we have it right there and it won't start up. It's not all that important at the very least. It doesn't have anything to do with the murder. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Well, that should do it for the preliminary work. I'd say it's time we start doing some real investigation, ripping the mask off this psychopath. You mean whoever killed Fujisaki? Not exactly. What? Not exactly? Huh. Interesting. Wait, we're not done with our investigation. What else do we have to investigate? These cameras or whatnot? What about this one? I don't think there's much more to investigate in here. The culprit hid the... What? Already found the murder weapon. Hang on, what? What was that again? Some of the monitors Monokuma uses. Right now it's just displaying the school insignia. The culprit hid the murder weapon inside the TV. Except we already found the murder weapon. I don't get that at all. Why is he saying that? We're not done with our investigation. Door is blockaded by an enormous slab. I don't know if there's anything else to investigate. What do you mean, not exactly? Well, yes, I do want to find the culprit. To be more precise, what I really want to do is uncover Genocider Show's true identity. So you really think Genocider Show killed Fujisaki? Of course I do. There's no doubt in my mind the culprit is Genocider Show. React. Who else would it be? Villainously brutal and demented serial killer. Chooses victims at random and without warning. Huh. The idea that his victims number in the thousands is obviously just an urban legend. But still, you're saying that one of us is that psychopathic serial killer? Precisely. That's insane. I have undeniable proof, and I'm going to show that to you. So, let's see it. Okay. I can say with certainty the Genocider Show is somewhere in this building. Really? When we're done here, I'm going to take you somewhere and show you proof that it was Genocider Show who killed Chihiro Fujisaki. Huh. There's trouble. Help. It's an emergency. An emergency. What's going on? It's probably Fukawa, if I had to guess. It's an emergency. An emergency. Help. Please help. I just need to relax. But it's an emergency. What's going on? All this reaction. Fukawa's in trouble. She's acting funny. Actually, she's been acting funny. What do you mean? What do you want to do, Togami? Huh, I'm a little concerned about her. Let's go see how she's doing. Don't make me repeat myself. I'd say I didn't expect that. I totally thought he'd blow her off. Maybe he does care about her a little bit. Looks like she was heading up for the dorms, probably Fukawa's bedroom. Huh. I'm very curious. Which room is Fukawa's again? Oh, here we go. There's some sort of emergency. Can we go in there? Oops. Jeez, you guys are such slowpokes. You're just too fast. Gotta go fast. So, what's the problem? After what happened in the changing room, me and Ishimaru brought Fukawa to her room to rest. A little while later, I thought I'd check up on her. She was acting kind of strange. She absolutely refused to leave her room, and she was mumbling all sorts of weird things. What do you mean? Why don't you try talking to her yourself? Alright. Well, here goes nothing. I guess I'll just try the bell. Door slid open without a sound. Huh? Whoa! The negative ore that spilled through the crack in the door almost knocked me off my feet. What? Asahina. What? Huh? I feel like she has some sort of like bipolar personality, and Genocider Show might be a certain side of her. What? She's like that when I came by earlier too. Very strange. She's barricaded the door. Wow. Huh. Well, if there's anyone who can talk her out of there, it's definitely, sorry, what's his name? Togami. Would you mind giving it a shot? See if maybe you convince her to leave her room? Suppose. Try talking to her, Togami? I'm surprised. You actually can be nice sometimes. You tell him, Asahina. I couldn't keep our promise. What? I feel like she's locking herself in her room, like, because she is Genocider Show. Nothing we can do about it. Let's get back to the investigation. Chotomate. What did Fukawa mean by our promise? Probably just another one of her delusions. I said I don't know. Let Asahina deal with Fukawa. Huh. That's very strange. Very fishy. Hi, Ashine. No matter how many times I tried calling to him along the way, he didn't so much as look back at me, let alone respond. He simply marched forward, not stopping until he reached his destination. The library? What are you waiting for? Go inside. That's what she said. Alright, well, here we are in the library, and, while we have a minute, I just want a quick recap. So, Fukawa, I think, well, she, like, passed out on site, and then she was, like, acting all insane, and then she's locked herself in her room. The dumbbell is kind of, like, probably the murder weapon. We know she's probably carried in there, and the person who did so could have borrowed an ID from the dead, although Kawada's ID is all messed up for some reason. But how is that even relevant, given it was in the women's changing room? Questions, hopefully we'll answer in the next episode. But until then, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.
Danganronpa.